telling you guys, I really didn't want to have to do another video on Hunter Biden, but we had to do this because it seems like justice may be coming through a little bit, maybe not though, because it looks like they're restructuring it. But it looks like the judge who's in control of Hunter Biden's plea deal has denied the plea deal with how it's written because it's written too broadly with language that she's not accustomed to seeing. So we're going to get into it, guys. I thought this was an interesting topic. But first off, welcome to Get Into the Facts. I'm your host, Andrew Curiel, and I'm excited to get into this topic. Again, I just think it's something that we need to be aware of and something that we just need to make sure that we don't let elites get away with this type of just sweetheart deals that they're giving to their own kind, right? The average person, if you're not going to give an average American this type of deal, this same type of deal, I don't want this deal ever being seen anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, this is absolutely insane on exactly what they're allowing and what they're giving to this guy who is an avid cocaine addict, avid crack addict. He bought prostitutes, and it looks like, based on the documents that have been put forward because of his laptop being available, he was paying for prostitutes with business funds and trying to write it off in his taxes. So I'm telling you guys, it's kind of going a little crazy. So we're going to get into it. And again, we're going to start this Friday off right. All right. And we're going to have a great weekend after this, but we're going to get it going. We got this article here from the New York Times. Judge puts Hunter Biden's plea deal on hold, questioning its details. Judge Mary Ellen Norica sent the two sides back to try to work out modifications that would address her legal and constitutional concerns and salvage the basic contours of the agreement. A federal judge on Wednesday put on hold a proposed plea deal between Hunter Biden and the Justice Department that would have settled tax and gun charges against the president's son, stunning the courtroom and raising legal and constitutional questions about the agreement. After moments of high drama in which the deal appeared headed towards collapse, the judge, Mary Ellen Norica of the Federal District Court in Wilmington, Delaware, sent the two sides back to try to work out modifications that would address her concerns and salvage the basic contours of the agreement. See, guys, so that right there just kind of shows she's not trying to get in the way of the agreement necessarily. She's just like, yo, the language that you're putting in here is unprecedented. I've never seen it. You're about to get me in trouble if I agree to this. Fix the language. That's really what's going on. It's not like this deal's not going to happen. In my eyes, I feel like it's going to happen at some point, unfortunately. But still, we got to make sure that we're aware of this stuff, guys, because even if they change the language, the stuff is still going to be in here. He might not have the broad protection to not get sued down the road, as more things come to light. But that's how it should be. Okay. You can't get protections on something you're going to court for things that you may go to court for down the road. It just doesn't make sense. So we're going to get into it here as well, and just keep reading down here. Prosecutors and Mr. Biden's team had both started the day confident that the proceeding would go smoothly and the judge would sign off on the deal immediately. As he entered the courtroom, Mr. Biden drew a deep breath and plunged forward to greet the prosecutors investigating for 5 years with handshakes and a smile. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Those same prosecutors that are normally, for an average American, are trying to find anything that they can get their hands on to prosecute them to the fullest of their ability. And they're agreeing with the attorneys for Hunter Biden to, let's just make it this a sweetheart deal because, it's the president's son. Let's just make this thing go away. Like, come on, guys. Like, this is pissing me off that we are so dumbed down to allow this stuff. We're voting these people in. We put Hunter Biden in office. Not saying everyone voted for him, but the majority of people that voted for this guy, and they don't even know half the stuff him and his family are doing. Like, I guarantee you half the people don't even know that Joe Biden got kicked out of the 1988 presidential election for plagiarism. I don't even think people understand that. Like, come on. Like, this guy's been just an establishment politician for his entire life and has made millions upon millions of dollars for him and his entire family being in politics, which that's what we should be hating right now. Not the left or the right, but the establishment politics on both sides of the aisle. That's what we need to be worrying about, guys. So this is just crazy. And we're going to scroll down here. Now, but Judge Noriega had other ideas, telling the two sides repeatedly she had no intention of being a rubber stamp and spending 3 hours sharply questioning them on over nearly every detail of the deal. And if we scroll down here even more, Republicans have accused David C. Weiss, the Trump-appointed U.S. attorney in Delaware, who was retained by Biden administration to complete the investigation into Mr. Biden, of cutting a sweetheart deal intended to help Democrats. They have sought to cast the Biden family as corrupt and assailed the proposed deal as far too lenient, citing testimony from two IRS investigators as evidence that the Justice Department had hamstrung the investigation and that President Biden played a role in his son's business deals with companies and partners in Ukraine and China. And guys, if you really look into the emails that have been happening, there's clear evidence that Hunter Biden was dealing with foreign companies in China. And I don't know if you know this, but to be a company in China, you have to have a member of the Chinese Communist Party a part of your company. So they are in effect a part of the government. The government has access to all their data in China. Everything they do, they have complete access to. So it's just, again, guys, it's just stuff we need to be aware of. Like, we should not have any American, especially American, that is the son of the president doing any deals that are bringing in millions of dollars for him that are from the Chinese Communist Party or any other authoritarian country around the world. Like, it is absolutely crazy that we're even talking about this. Hunter Biden's foreign business ventures raise ethical concerns, especially while his father was vice president, and his personal problems. He has acknowledged being addicted to crack cocaine for a number of years, have given conservatives an endless stream of material to assail him, but Republicans have produced no compelling evidence that President Biden used his office to help his son in any substantive way. I'm sorry, guys. Read the email. Read the emails. Read the stuff that's going on. 10% for the big guy. Who the hell is the big guy? There's only one big guy. The only one in the whole Biden family is Joe Biden, who has been in the Senate for over 40 years and was the vice president and now, sadly, is our president. It's just absolutely, it's just crazy that we're even talking about this. But Judge Noriega's concerns appeared to center on two elements of the proposed deal. One was a provision that offered Mr. Biden broad insulation against further prosecution on matters scrutinized by federal prosecutors during the 5-year inquiry, providing him with some protection against the possibility that Mr. Trump, if reelected, or another Republican president might seek to reopen the case. The other had to do with the diversion program on the gun charge, under which she would be called on to play a role in determining whether Mr. Biden was meeting the terms of the deal. Guys, again, I just want to know any regular American that will get away with half the stuff that Hunter Biden is getting away with right now. We are about to let him go with misdemeanor charges for not paying over $100,000 in taxes and for falsifying a gun application. Falsifying a gun application and then throwing that gun away in a garbage can near a school. Like, just guys, come on, just think with me. Just think with me on this. We should all be on the same page. Left, right, center really don't matter. We should all be on the same page on this. Get the emotions out of it. Logically, common sense. The charges that are being placed on him with the evidence, with the laptop, the videos, we have videotape. We have pictures of him doing crack cocaine, of just completely being enamored with prostitutes and paying prostitutes. Like, guys, we're letting him just walk. God, this is just irritating my soul. Like, it really is. But we're going to go into this as well, guys. I got this little video clip. It's about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And it really just kind of goes in to exactly what was going on here. And I wanted to make sure that we watch this because it kind of gives some detail on really what was allowed to happen. Okay, so we're gonna go into it here, and we're gonna make this that full screen for us here as well. And let's watch this from the very beginning.
And other charges. Hunter Biden's legal team believes that this was, in effect, a global agreement, sort of a one and done. He would do this plea. There would be a diversion program for this gun offense, but then that would be it. There would be no further prosecution. But the government's position is different. The government's position as to hypothetical, if there could be charges in the future from the ongoing investigation, for example, violation of foreign lobbying laws, the representative of the U.S. attorney said, yes, that is possible. And that is when the entire deal fell down. I would note that when the judge came in today, frankly, she came in hot to this courtroom. She said that this diversion agreement on the gun charge included a lot of language that was not standard, terms that were not ordinary. So she came in with a lot of very pointed questions about whether this agreement was something that she was going to be asked to rubber stamp or whether she could really analyze and feel comfortable with. Errol and Lana.
Catherine, both parties came into court today believing that they had a deal in place. Is there any possibility, after you explained that both with the judge's questions and the representation by both sides that they had different positions on this, that a deal may still be struck today, or is that off entirely?
Well, listen, a lot's happening in that courtroom while I'm down here talking to you. They've taken this recess, kind of a last-ditch effort to see whether they can have a meeting of the minds and whether they can salvage this plea agreement. Because remember, once that plea agreement is off the table, the trial clock is ticking. They're already talking about some pretrial motions and status hearings at the beginning of September. So there's an effort to see if they can salvage it. Both parties wanted to come in here today, get the plea agreement on the 2 misdemeanor tax charges, then also this diversion program for the gun felony charge. That was the possession of a firearm by a drug user. But at this point, it does not appear that it will proceed. This is a major blow to both the defendant's legal team as well as the U.S. government. And it comes back to an idea that really caught my attention in June when this plea agreement was first announced. Hunter Biden's attorney, Chris Clark, said as far as they were concerned, this was the end of the road for his legal problems. But the U.S. Attorney's Office at that time said and confirmed that there was an ongoing investigation. And it's this gap, this daylight, which has really, I think, put the whole deal in question today.
And Catherine,
Again, guys, I mean, this is the facts of the case. I just don't understand how we can't all come to an agreement that this is what we as average Americans are so upset about, right? The people that have money, the people that have political power, they get away with murder while the average person has to go through, get the book thrown at them for all this stuff. There should be one way of doing justice. There should not be two tiers of justice in the United States. That's what makes it so great here, is that we have, and again, even with cases like this, we still have more freedom here as an average person than any other country. The judicial system in a lot of other countries are a lot worse than the United States. Do we need to be better? Yes. But does that mean the rest of the world is better? Hell no. That is why everybody comes to the United States. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure we're aware of what's going on, guys, and really make sure we have some full context on really what's going on. Because again, I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to win, and I want everybody to be on a level playing field when it comes to how the judicial system is really going to respect everybody, not just the elites, but everybody with the same respect when it comes to the laws and the things in this country. And again, I'm not saying that the average American should be able to get away with everything the way Hunter Biden is. I'm saying that Hunter Biden should be charged the same way an average American would. You know what I mean? So that's really what it comes down to, guys. So I hope you like the content. I hope we took something out of this, and just make sure we're a little more aware of what's going on. And again, this is another reason why we need to pay attention to who we're electing into office and just do a little deep dive into really what's going on. All right. But have a happy Friday, guys. Have a great weekend coming up. And we'll get everything started back up on Monday. But have a blessed rest of your day. And I'll see you on the next video.